Howdy folks. Today I'm going to talk a little bit more about Besk. We're going to taste it. I'll try and describe what it tastes like. And we got a new drink to try out that uses it. Let's go. Besk. What is it? Well, there's a distillery in Chicago called Leatherby. They make a bunch of different gins. They make a Fernet, an absinthe, and they make the stuff Besk. Now, Besk is their version of Malort. You may have heard of Malort. It's a Swedish, Scandinavian anyway, wormwood liqueur. Leatherby was going to make their own Malort, but I guess Jeppson's Malort owns the name Malort in America or something. So to avoid legal trouble, they called it Besk. Now, Besk in Swedish means bitter, and I guess is the name of the sort of overarching beverage category that Malort would fall into. You know, a very bitter liqueurs. Malort, by the way, in Swedish means wormwood, and these drinks, Malort and Besk, are bittered heavily with wormwood. Now, Malort is famously bad. I haven't actually been able to taste Jeppson's Malort. No one will ship it here to Oregon for whatever reason. Maybe I can get Anders to ship me half a bottle or something. Anders. Anyway, I think people don't like it just because it's very bitter, and people tend to not really love bitter things unless you're used to that. I like bitter things. I like Campari. I like Gammeldansk. There are some of these Scandinavian bitter liqueurs that I can't stomach, but maybe it's been a few years since I've tried some of them. Maybe I'll go back and try and find some more. I have not had Malort. I bet it's fun. We are going to have Besk, which is, the next best thing, I guess. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Let's try it. I got my bottle right here. Now, just FYI, I bought this bottle years ago, many years ago, when I was first getting into cocktails. I saw a fun new bottle on the shelf at the liquor store. I didn't even know what it was. I bought it, and it was kind of a shock. But it's taken me years to get down to this far. I had to invent drinks to use it in, stuff like that. But here, today I'm going to have another drink to use it in. But we're just going to give it a try. It does have kind of a grapefruit kind of a smell. It doesn't smell like I've tasted this before, and the smell doesn't prepare you for the taste. Almost tastes like a gin, it's got a little bit of a juniper kind of aroma. Yeah, a little bit of grapefruit. That's about it, I guess. I haven't sipped this in a while, but it does have like a licorice. Licorice is the first thing you get. A bit of that juniper and some of that grapefruit, and then it's all back palate bitter. So you get this sort of rush of fun flavors, and it transitions into like a very bitter back palate that really lingers, but also like a lemony note. It's pretty good, actually. So apparently in Sweden they'll drink it very cold, which makes some sense, with their pickled herrings or whatever. Also, just by the way, it's spelled with an A and an umlaut. That's what I saw on Wikipedia. Apparently there's different ways to spell it. I don't speak Swedish. So if this tastes pretty good, actually. I haven't had Malort, but if this is what Malort is like, then, I like Malort. I have a feeling this is probably a slightly higher quality than Jeppson's Malort, just from the reputation that I've heard. Yeah, the signature thing, of course, is the super bitter aftertaste. But if you can tolerate bitter things, it's fucking delicious. So for a drink, I stole one off the menu at work, actually. It's made by a fella named Jacob Greer, who's a local bartender, bon vivant. He's a friend of mine. It goes like this. 1.5 ounces of vodka. Now, if you watch this channel, you know that I don't really drink vodka. I don't really have any great appreciation for vodka. It doesn't really taste like anything. But I figured, it's no harm having a bottle of vodka around for the off time. Maybe I want to make a vodka drink, or somebody requests vodka, or whatever. Listen, I bought Russian Standard vodka. I don't know anything about vodka, but it had a pretty bottle. It seems like Russian vodka would be good, so I got Russian Standard. It's got 1 ounce of lemon juice. That's no problem. It's got 3/4 of an ounce of ver, or ver. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. We're gonna call it Ver. This is a local to Oregon green chartreuse substitute, basically. It's a little less complex than green chartreuse. It's good though. It's really good. If you don't have this, you could of course use green chartreuse. Now the recipe calls for a ½ ounce of cane syrup. So if you're not aware, there's demerara sugar, of course, which everyone I think knows about. Demerara sugar. It makes a very dark, rich syrup. There's granulated sugar, which is very white. It will make it almost like a very clear, simple syrup. But you can also get cane sugar. Now I know a lot of the sugar is made from cane, but this is called cane sugar. Doesn't have as fine of a grain as like granulated sugar, and it isn't white like that. It's a little less white. It makes a very good neutral sweetener. If you don't want to add all the sort of molassesy flavors from like a demerara or a turbinado sugar, get yourself some cane sugar. It tastes better than granulated sugar without adding a lot of extra flavor. And finally, this drink has a ¼ ounce of Besk, which we have discussed. We're gonna serve this over pebble ice, and we're gonna put in a little mint bouquet on the top. My mint patch is a bit sad. It is not mint season anymore, but we're gonna do our best. So let's give this a shot. You know, it's lovely to have mint in your face. I mean, bright, lemony. The thing you get most at first is the ver, or the chartreuse if you're using that. Obviously vodka isn't adding a lot of character to the drink, but it is, you know, making it alcoholic. And the Besk comes in as like an aftertaste, so it's sort of a sweet, lemony herbalness at first, and then it sort of transitions into a sort of that wormwoody, bitter aftertaste. I mean, complex, delicious. By the way, this drink on the menu is called Besk, like very best, I guess. Besk for the 2 ingredients. I probably would have called it, you know, Father Knows Besk or Besk in Class, something like that. But, you know, I didn't name it, okay? It's fun. It's almost tropical. I mean, it's not tropical, but it feels like a tropical because of the mint and the crushed ice or the pearl ice. Anyway, good stuff. This is a drink you can make if you happen to have a bottle of Besk lying around, or Malort. Try it with Malort. If there's anything else you'd like me to try, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't be a stranger. Keep it classy. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.